It's definitely a mulligan. That hand is not good, but I'll keep it. Purple Gambit. Yeah, not good, but we'll keep this. Looking for a Brainstorm LED. Could be alright. A little ways off from that, but I think I bottomed that though. Mold 2/6 as well. See what he's working with. Playing against Miracles. His hand is pretty bad. 2 relevant cards, semi-relevant cards. Our hand actually lines up pretty well against that too. We're gonna keep both of these. Hope to hit a land with the Brainstorm. Hope we don't get locked. And we should have turn 3 if we do. What did he do? He put a card on the bottom. Okay. So we'll draw, Brainstorm. We got our land. Petition's actually really good too. Kind of like everything. Like petition isn't a requirement, but I like it. Keep it on top. Play a land. I'm not going to fetch. I'll draw the petition and then I'll shuffle and probe. Like this hand just has a lot of versatility. I mean, do I need the petition? Not really. 4, 5, 6. I don't need it, but it definitely gives me like a guaranteed, depending on what he's drawn. He's probably drawing a force. 2, 3, 4. Can't counterspell, so he's got to have a force in hand or hit one off of predict. Or he probably has a cantrip as well, like a Brainstorm maybe, or another land. I'm gonna keep petition. It's versatile. I don't want the second Pass in Flames though. And definitely getting a red source. I think Badlands is better in this situation. Alright, let's see what he's working with. Wow, it's just really bad. Alright. I'm going to go for it. And ultimately what we're going to be doing is we're going to be tutoring, getting more rituals, and then petitioning for an LED, cracking the LED. And because we have the petition, pretty much just guarantees that we win. So even if he counters this, we still win. Storm of Plenty. He can counter this all he wants, we don't care. And we're gonna get a duress here. And then flashback the Past in Flames. Oh. Yeah, because even if he predicts and hits something, he's still gonna lose. I don't think he can do anything else. Alright, I'm just gonna get tendrils. Don't need to mess with them. Alright, one game. That's the game we should win. Yeah, that was really easy. Alright, game 1 got there, and it's turn 3. We'll be on the draw. Okay. No, way too big. Okay, we're gonna bring in Defense Grid, Empty, Sudden Shock, Massacre. I think that's it. Cutting a basic island, Ad Nauseum, Past in Flames, Sea Rit. I might actually keep Ad Nauseum in. I haven't been doing that, but I might try that. I think I'm going to. See how that goes. It's good to have options. Ad Nauseum would be more for value than it would be to try and win, just because we have so many 4s in the deck at this point. This hand is not great, but fine. Alright, mulls to 5, and he keeps 5 with card on the bottom. So we're in pretty good shape right now. Potentially like a turn 2 kill, depending on what he's working with. Got options. I'm just going to F6 him. Island. That's fine. I'm probably gonna brainstorm end of turn. Actually, I'm not. I don't really need to rush it. If I draw like a blue source, I might play that before. Probe is a good card. We'll start with Probe. See what he's working with. Guessing he's got at least one form of interaction. Alright, I mean that bodes pretty well for us. We draw Therapy, he's in trouble. Well, not really, but definitely throws him off his game. Yeah, hand is pretty good for us. Brainstorm. That's not great. We don't need Swamp, and we're going to toss one of those. Another Tarn. And we need discard. We draw discard, we win the game. He doesn't hit his land drop. We're going to shuffle that nonsense. Get another Underground. That's the best possible draw next to a Therapy. So we'll brainstorm again. Afford to toss a land. And a Ritual. And I'm going to cast a... Maybe I was supposed to keep a Ritual. Ritual, Tutor, Duress. Or I can Ritual, Tutor, Duress. I think that gives me a win. So we'll try that. Ritual. If you drew a Surgical, that sucks, but we'll try this, see if it gets there. We're getting Surgical. If you drew like a counterspell, it sucks too. Alright, double Snapcaster, so we'll get there. Alright. It was easy. Alright, so 1-0. Peace. Alright, so we just 2-0'd Miracles. was Natural Storm. Tendrils was the win con. That was turn 3. Keeping track of my stats here, as I always do. It's very valuable information. Alright. So these matches I didn't stream. One of the two I played very poorly in. And the other one I was playing against what was I playing against? Oh, Death and Taxes, this second one. And I drew absolutely nothing in 2 games, so it was just a bad draw. The first one I played terrible in. No, first one was my fault. It was a couple days ago. So I'm going to see if I can 3-0 from here on out. I've had 1 losing record with this build of the deck, so I'm going to see if I can keep going. And over the course since GP Vegas with this build. Oh, since a braid was printed, I should say. One league with a losing record, so hoping not to end that. Might have just jinxed myself though, so we'll see. Alright, match 2. See what we're paired against. Pennywise. We lost the die roll. We are on the draw. This hand is not great, but we're going to keep it. So we can turn it into something. I've been watching Caleb Sherris stream a little bit, and he's very aggressive with his mulligans. I tend to be a little more conservative. I feel like this hand, if we're not playing against combo, we can turn it into what we want to by like turn 3. So I'm going to keep it. And we're on the draw too, so. Turn 1 Tarn fetch. Playing against a blue deck. Death Ray Shaman. Ugh. Not a fan. So it could be Bug Delver, could be Grixis Delver, could be some Control variant. It's not a great draw. We have no shortage of cantrips right now. We don't need all those. We're going to brainstorm at least one of these away. Typically, we would preordain before ponder, but because I have so many cantrips, I'm actually going to ponder first and possibly get rid of the preordain. Alright, so this is Grixis Delver. His hand isn't great either, but once again, he can kind of make it what he wants to be as well. Yeah, I like all of those. I'm not going to shuffle. And I'm going to hope he tries to play the Delver. Let's see what he does. Oh. Let's see what this fool is doing. Oh. I hate how it does that. It's so annoying. PCs are the worst. Alright, so he's leading with Brainstorm. got his land. He's got 5 cards. Guessing he might have gotten rid of a Brainstorm. Playing this Delver. I was playing Ponder. We have a Delver coming next. Let's see what he's doing. His Brainstorm, I'm guessing he hit at least 2 lands off that. That's my hypothesis. And he put 1 back. He did not shuffle. Exiled his lands. He's playing his Delver. For guessing. Chooses black. The fuck? See what I'm playing? Guess he knows what I'm playing. So he still has a Delver in his hand. What a fucking sack of shit. He knows what I'm playing. Sorry, bruh. No tutor. I wouldn't mind if you flashed it back and nabbed my Brainstorms. That would be great if you did that. Cool. I'm cool with that. Gets rid of DRS. It was a completely irrelevant card. Now, I would love to see a probe on top with this preordain. That would be great. 5, 6, 7. I don't think we want the second Cabal Writ. Here if he has a Wasteland, that's fine. Just need to get a black source in place so I can duress him first and then kill him from there. The Ponder, which we did not know about. So he might have held the Delver because he has Force of Will in hand. I guess he got rid of the other Brainstorm because he would have Brainstormed first then Pondered. So this is probably not in his hand anymore. That's our rationale there. Or he's just bad at sequencing, one of the two. So I could have gone for it last turn. Right, there's the Delver, which we knew about, so that's gone. Still think he has Force of Will. He did not shuffle with the Ponder. So he has interaction. That's our black source. We wanted that. Alright, so this is good. We can play around Daze here as well. No, he's just bad. So considerations. We might be going ad nauseum here. Storm is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 3, 6, 9, 7, 3, 6, 4. Okay, yeah, it doesn't matter. He's dead. We have Xaxes. Five. No, don't crack that yet. That would be bad. Crack for red. We can get Piff. Piff's going to leave us with 2 in pool. A little Ritual, which will put us back up to 5, 6, 4. Okay, cool. Scooped. It's pretty bad he didn't have any interaction. Probably should have shuffled, assuming, I mean, he knew what we were on, so, I mean, you're not drawing into interaction, you gotta get rid of that hand. Alright. We're bringing in 3 cards. Fatal Push gives us an out to his creatures. Empty is an alternate win con, and then Defense Grid, which I'm not sure if I love 100% in this matchup, but I haven't not been bringing it in. A Braid is a consideration as well to pull the second Preordain. Kind of like my cantrips though, with as much interaction as they have. So we're going to keep that. On the draw. This hand would be acceptable potentially if Empty was still in our deck. The other thing is we can brainstorm it back in and then ritual and tutor for it. Should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Empty for 12. And that's assuming they don't have Daze, they don't have Force of Will, they don't have Flusterstorm. So it's a 20% chance they have one of those cards. Essentially. At least one. I'm gonna mulligan it. Welcome back. Keep that. It's not good though. Put it on the bottom. So right off the bat, we're thinking our line is going to be empty for, let's say, 8 goblins, hopefully. And then tendrils them out. Get a swing or 2 in. May or may not happen, but that's kind of our thought process. Other thought is Brainstorm gets rid of the tendrils for us. Play a Delta. And they probably have Stifle, but I don't think it's worth fetching now. Well, they stifle us, it sucks, but I don't want to waste my fetch right off the bat. Now, if they play a land drop, and it's a non-wasteland, we might use our fetch. They have a Brainstorm. There's a fetch land. Alright. That is a good draw. Play a land, I'm going to fetch. Hopefully they don't have Stifle. No Stifle. Alright, that's good. You get a bulk. Cast a Ritual. Alright, that's great. I cast another Ritual. Storm is 2. 3. So we'll get 8 goblins. And like I said, that sucks. So they probably have like Flusterstorm. Or they have like another Force of Will. Let's hope for another Force of Will. No Flusterstorm, no Flusterstorm. It's paying costs, there's Fluster. That sucks. Let's see if he fucks it up. Bet she's got a Wasteland too. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we're not out of this yet. He's used a lot of his resources. And our hope is we knock down his life. He's got a brainstorm. Hopefully he swings. We can knock him down 4 or 5 life points. And then maybe get a tendrils off if we rebuild. Chances aren't great. Don't want him to wasteland us either. Wasteland would be bad. Alright, he's probably discarding something out of our hand. Whatever. Used his brainstorm. Whatever, that's fine. Don't really care. Okay, cool. Don't really care. It's a fine draw. I'm actually going to hold it in my hand. I'm not going to use it. I want to incentivize him flashing back to therapy. I want to make him nervous. I mean, he probably hits the tendrils if he does, but it's fine. I'd rather him get rid of the aberration here than something else. This is like a true name or something. Which is just bad. Ponder. A lot of cantrips. Drawing Fatal Push would be great for us right now. He shuffled. Love to hit a Fatal Push. That would be great. It's not bad. If we hit a Ritual. Alright, it's annoying. Brainstorm would be good. Fatal Push would be good. Land is okay. But he is currently winning this race. Unless we can get off this tendrils. If we can get that off for 2, we'll be okay, relatively speaking. He'll have to start holding back his guy. He's drawing a lot of land. What does he have that he felt the need to fetch? Peasy, that's fine. Flash back your therapy, please do. I hope he sacks his aberration to flash back his therapy. Let's see if he attacks me and then does that. That would be great. Yeah, that's bad. That was like worst case scenario. I think that takes all of our outs away now. That is unfortunate. Our only other out is Fatal Push, which we did not hit. Yeah, Lightning Bolt was really good for him. 2, 3. Alright. I think our board plan is fine. Defense grid would have been really good there. We'll go with that. Three on the play. Another no lander. Oh, this one has so much potential. I'm gonna keep this. If he doesn't have Force of Will, we're potentially in good shape. Like if I can hit land and some sort of non-land mana source, that would be great. It's a little risky, but it's got upside. So he kept his 7. Let's see what he's working with. I don't think he has a Force of Will based on how long he hesitated. He does have Force of Will. That hand is really good against us. Alright, we'll draw. Therapy Daze, Fluster Force. Ugh. Like, he's probably going to Surgical and then Therapy us. It's just really bad. I think I need to shuffle. Basic Island is fine. Still not in good shape, but so from make an error. Plays Delta. Oh, God damn it. Alright, let's hope he fucks up. I think he's going to name Infernal Tutor if he names something here. Yeah, I think that's a mistake on his part. I think he's supposed to Surgical as first. He's going to name Infernal though, so he's going to hit it, but it's whatever. And our Fertiles are going to get Surgical, which is fine. I don't really care about that. He's doing it now too. That's no reason to do that. Sucks when you get punished like against a bad player. Like just blatant misplays, like 2 of them in a row. Alright. Here we go, bro. Wasteland. Okay. I didn't realize Grixis Delver ran that right now, but it's fine. Doesn't matter. Of course. Cool. So that opens that up for us. So we know 3 out of his 5 cards right now. We got a lot of interaction too, so still got a shot. He's got no pressure. He's got pressure now. Two, 3. It could potentially be a way to win the game. That's good. So we have an avenue here. Probes us, it's fine. We need fetch land. That gets us a basic swamp. It's going to take us like two turns of setup. Great. Is that in his graveyard? It was in his graveyard. I forgot about that. Never mind. Yeah, that fucks us. There go our rituals. Mm-hmm. Okay, we hold that. I don't know, a lot of people that are good with this deck seem to think this matchup is heavily in our favor, or at least like 60-40. I don't agree. I think it's 50-50 at best. They just have so many angles of attack. They attack our mana base, they attack our hands, they attack our graveyard, they have counters, as we see here. Like, they hit us from all angles. I don't see how people say it's as good of a matchup as they say. Just doesn't make sense to me. Do I play LED? I don't think so. Pretty much running low on outs here. Part of the issue is, like, if I need to hit like basic swamp, not even fetch land, because if I hit a fetch land, it takes me down a life. Any form of interaction I throw their way, they can just throw a counter spell at it, a Daze, a Flusterstorm, and they get another counter, and that chops into the clock. So it's a 2-turn clock at this point. If I hit a fetch land, Brainstorm is going to counter it. Oh wow, it didn't counter it. That seems like a mistake. That's interesting. Like if I ritual, he's going to try to counter that. This is tricky. If I do that, he dazes. Then next turn, I kind of want everything. Wasteland is so annoying right now. Or I could just try to ritual and pray that he lets me fire off both of these. But even if I do, even if I fire off and hit one of them, doesn't matter. Days, blah blah. So my out next turn is resolving these rituals pretty much. At least one of them. And you can hard cast Force of Will and Fluster Storm. Or he just has like a bolt. And I'm just dead. Please let me get these rituals off. Maybe I should have baited with LED. It's hard casting a Daze. Pay for it. Okay. So he still has Force of Will, Flush. I mean, I can't pay for both of them, but there's so much interaction. Cool. All right, so we're out of the prize for this league, so I'm going to drop from this league. Let's start again. Kind of hope I get repaired against him, because I think I can beat him. I think his draws just did very well against my draws. I'm going to submit the same list. Alright, let's do it. Same guy? There he is. He's back. Alright. Let's see if we can get him. Delver. Okay. We lost the die roll. We are on the draw. We are mulliganing. Because our deck doesn't want to give us lands. We keep this. put that on top. We're going to need it eventually. And we haven't seen Stifle out of his deck, so I'm going to assume he doesn't have it. We're guessing Brainstorm is holding up. He's holding up Stifle, so be it. We haven't seen one up to this point. We're going to get Basic Island, Ponder. Oh wow, F6 us. I don't love the petition. I like the Past in Flames. I want interaction though. I think I send this back. There's our interaction. That's good. So we're looking for another ritual and another mana, another land specifically. What's up, Mr. Penguin? Sorry I didn't see you commenting there. I'll pull up the list after this game. I wouldn't say anything spicy necessarily, but just a list I've been playing. It's been doing particularly well, with the exception of that last league. Because you can't run good all the time. I don't think our opponent is really capable of outplaying us. I think he just drew a little bit better than we did. So my consideration is, do I try to ponder and then play my land drop? Or do I land drop first? And which land, if so? Like, if he dazes, am I that concerned? I think I want my ponder to resolve, so I'm going to ponder. And I like all of that. So 3, 4... Alright, I'm not going to shuffle. I probably should have put the second therapy on top. I think that probably would have been better, because I could have therapied this turn and then therapied again next turn to ensure that I hit something. Now he's gotten out if he has a therapy in his hand. Which he still might. So that was a mistake on my part. I should have therapied him. Alright. Let's see who he's working with. I'm going to hit my land drop first. He might have Spell Pierce. I'm going to start with a ritual. Alright. Cool. Fucking. Alright, so that was turn 3. We're going to say that's a Past in Flames kill. So that's what we were going for. Okay. Mr. Pennywise. So, my 15, my board, it's pretty similar to what I've been running for quite a while now. The only change is since a braid has been printed. Sticking with Grixis, and I feel like a braid is our functional equivalent of a Abrupt Decay as a Grixis list. So I'm running 2 Braid, and then Defense Grid is essentially my Xanted Swarm. So that's like my green, what my green splash would be without having to run it. And then I've started playing Fatal Push again. I've liked it a lot. It's been very good for me. And I had 2 Fatal Push, but I pulled one because Miracles has been, it's pretty prominent on Moto, even more so than it was like a month ago. So I think Sudden Shock is necessary to kill Canonists out of blue decks, blue-white decks. Besides that, my main deck is pretty standard, what I've been running for a couple of months now since Top got banned. 2 Past in Flames, I've always been a fan of. 1 Petition, 2 Preordain, and everything else is pretty stock. 15 lands, 2 islands, 1 Badlands, 1 swamp. So, this matchup, plan A is actually Empty the Warrens in this matchup. so that's what we're going for. Defense grid for interaction. Push. I'm considering, there's a part of me that wants to bring in a Sudden Shocker and a Braid. I might actually do that because we lost both our post-board games last time, so I'm actually going to bring in a Braid and cut both my preordains. Let's see, a little bit of experimentation. The thing is also a Braid can hit Null Rod or Cage if they play it. We didn't see them out of him, but it's a consideration, so we'll try it. Yeah, I feel like my sideboard, I've really liked it. If something wasn't working, I would change it, but everything's been working pretty well, so I really don't feel a need to change much. Since adding a Braid into my board, my win percentage has gone up like 3 percentage points, so it's pretty good. This hand's good. If he has like Probe, Therapy, Surgical, he gets us, but if not, I think we're in pretty good shape here. Turn 1, we're going to fetch. I think I'm just going to fetch Basic because we have the Petal. We're going to fetch Basic Island. If we draw a Tarn, that would actually not be a bad thing. So I'd rather fetch Basic Island with that. Okay, so that makes things tricky a little bit. I think I'm going to still lead with that line. And fetch Basic, hope to hit a Probe. And if I do hit a Probe, and he doesn't have Daze Force of Will, we will go for an empty. And if not, we're going to try to stick Defense Grid next turn, and then go for empty. Alright, that's good. Guessing he might have hit that. Alright, we're not getting Therapy, that's great. Got Peasy, that's fine. I think we're actually in pretty good shape here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We should be able to empty for 12 next turn. And if we draw another Ritual, even more. Of course, he's got his Probe. Yeah, Tagoras has been on green. He didn't go off of it. Him and I, we pretty much, like, our lists are essentially the same list. Like, we have the same philosophy, same board patterns. Like, a lot of what we do is very similar. So that was actually a really good draw, too. Okay. So we're actually going to try to draw this Daze out of his hand. So I'm going to play the Defense Grid without him doing anything. I don't even know if I need to do that, actually. Because I can play Petal and then Ritual in response and pay for the Daze. The thing is, like, can I just kill him? I don't even think I need the Defense Grid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, it's either gonna... Yeah, I think... Yeah, Surfing Bird is back on green now. This should just be game, yeah. I'm not sure his rationale for being back on green, but I feel like the benefits of running 2 basics and not complicating our mana base is, you know, is better than adding the green splash. And like, a Braid really is pretty close to Abrupt Decay, with the exception of not being uncounterable. Like, it does a very similar job. It fulfills a very similar role. Okay, we're gonna get a little fancy here as long as he doesn't daze us right here, which he might, which doesn't matter. What I was going to do if he didn't daze us was I was going to tutor, hold priority, cast my ritual, and then crack my LEDs. But it doesn't matter now, he's just dead. Alright, so we get our revenge here. Sweet, sweet revenge. 2-0'd him. Alright, 2-0. So we are 1-0 right now in this league. 2-1 since I started streaming today. Draw, we did not mulligan. That was what, turn 3, I'm guessing? In between each match, I'm going to take a very, very brief break, as I am right now, and I just record all of my stats. I keep stats on every match I play. So that's all I'm doing there. That's why I asked what turn it was. Yeah, Surfing Bird, our main decks are very similar. I think they're 1 card off. He runs 2 Petitions. I run 2 Past in Flames. Our sideboards, I built my sideboard functionally off the foundation of what his sideboard used to be, and then he changed a lot of it, and I didn't love the changes. He has Dread Knight in his board, and I think the card is terrible, which has been a big conversation in the Storm forums. But I just it requires too much space in your board, and I don't think it's as impactful as it used to be, when it was like the Death and Taxes decks were really big on like Bryn Wingmare and Thalia. So I opt for 1 Massacre instead, which I think it's just game over if you resolve it. I'm just going to pull up my list. You guys can take a look. That's my board. I'll show my main deck in a few. I think it's very well rounded. It has game against everything. Biggest weakness are like discard heavy decks. Another consideration to running green, something I used to do. I'll answer that question in a second, Mr. Penguin. Something else I used to do was when Miracles with top and counterbalance was a thing. My green splash, I was running Sylvan Library, so I've actually thought about trying that again, bringing back a green splash, and then for like hymn decks and things like that, and then any control decks like running Sylvan again. But I don't know that I want to once again splash green just for that. Source is good. For Ad Nauseam Tendrils, I've found the content to be a little redundant and a little remedial after playing for a while. But I did use it a lot when I first started playing the deck. Another good source for just legacy content is the Brainstorm Show. They have a page, and they do podcasts, which is really good. A lot of the podcasts for legacy content, they're a little dry, some of them are, but I think they're good from an informational standpoint for people that are just learning the format. Trying to think what else. TheEpicStorm.com, if you're a Storm player, which is Brian Cook's website, has a lot of content for strategy. And then just kind of like pick and choose the legacy articles out of the big name websites, out of Channel Fireball and those sites. this hand is pretty good. We have fast mana, we just need another land and a tutor, so we're going to keep it. Potentially need interaction as well. Miss, play, PC. And I won the die roll, we are on the play. No mulligans. Okay, and I'm actually going to fetch Underground here. Risk getting wastelanded, but I should have pro first. That was a fuck up on my part. Two reasons. One, to give us the information in case they do have a wasteland. Two, because it gives us a better chance of drawing a second land. So yeah, that was a big fuck up on my part. And let's see if we get punished. Poor sequencing is brutal. Alright, no wasteland. Looks like Grixis Control, and his hand is really bad. So Grixis Control doesn't run Wasteland, which is good for us. We got a second land anyway, so we are not getting punished here. We're going to bottom both of those. It's actually a pretty good draw too. So his hand is really bad against us for a couple of reasons. One, because he doesn't have any interaction. Two, because he's going to have to ponder to find anything of force of will nature. And then he doesn't have another blue card, so obviously it's possible he draws a blue card, but as it stands right now, his hand is just miserable. Delta, and I'm guessing we're pondering. Yeah, no, you're right, with the pro first. That was a mistake, big time mistake. Didn't get punished though, actually got rewarded. He chooses not to shuffle. So he's either drawn a threat, discard, or interaction. And we kind of sold what we're on because we preordained with an Underground in play. Alright, so let's lead with a probe. Killing ourselves. Him is a good card. Knowing that he has him, though, is super valuable. So we can just play out everything in our hand. If we had a tutor here, we just win. There's strong consideration to keep this, and I think I'm going to. I'm playing my Volk, play my Petal. It's still a 2 for 2. Or 2 for 1. But I'd rather choose my 2. And against them, they have Call against Command. So I don't know that I necessarily want to play out my diamonds yet. I might play out one next turn. Yeah, I'm not sure what his hand was exactly good against in Legacy. I guess he's just hoping to ponder into Brainstorm. But yeah, his hand was terrible. We still have time to set up. Once again, Force of Will, not an option for him. If you drew Counterspell, yeah, that's a thing. Ugh. I like Brainstorm, I don't hate Tarn. I don't like the Tendrils though. I'm just giving them a lot of time to do stuff here too. I think keeping, we're not killing him this turn, so I think keeping Brainstorm Tarn is better than nothing. And I'm going to hold the Tarn just in case he hymns us again, because we know we're not drawing a land off. If we Brainstorm, we might hit a land. He knows what his top card is too. I think the risk of us getting hymned is low, so I'll play that out. And he might fetch, yes. Might have been wrong playing that Tarn, so that might have been our second big mistake there. We'll see. See if he burns us out here. We're not at risk of getting snap hymned yet, which is a consideration. Thoughtseize is fine. We don't care about that. Like, there's consideration to leave, put Brainstorm in our hand, but our hand is so redundant it just doesn't matter. We don't care. We know all but one card in his hand. The bolting is fine just because he has so many lands in his hand. Like, even if he draws a Brainstorm, he's just shipping a couple lands back, so. These decks haven't been playing DRS either, which is kind of weird to me. So I think I'm going to lead with Fetch. Tendrils could potentially be a win here if we hit like exactly what we needed, but it's not really what I want. Alright. So this should be it. Make sure that we're good. K command. That's why we didn't play out our LED. He's dead. With his miserable hand. That took us way too long too, though. Should have been much faster. So 6. And I'm just gonna natural storm him. Once again, I could have gotten the Past in Flames. I can still get Past in Flames, but I'm gonna save some time. And be kind of nice to him. I'll run up the tab maybe next game. Yeah, turn 4 is not terrible, but like given his hand, he didn't interact with us at all, with the exception of one Thoughtseize, which didn't matter. So this is Natural Storm, Tendrils, turn 4. We're going to be on the draw. I don't think this is a favorable matchup for us. I think it partially depends on how they board, but I found it to be challenging. I mean, that's the best card. I leave an Ad Nauseam versus them. I pull the Petition. Just because they do have so much discard, I almost treat it as if it's like a bug deck. Defense Grid, they have Kolaghan's Command. Fatal Push, they don't really have anything good we want to push. Unless they have like Leovold, but he seems like he's on straight Grixis. I might just do that. I might just leave it at that. I need one more card. I'll leave Petition in. Alright, we'll try it. So I boarded one card. His hand is pretty good. I'm guessing he's going to interact with us though, so we'll see. See if it holds up. Mulligan, that's good for us. Okay. Basic Swamp Pass, so he's... He mulled 4, Jesus. It's looking like he's going to lead into turn 2 him. I'm just going for it this turn. I'm going to start with a fetch. The reason I'm fetching is because a Cabal Ritual might be relevant on the way back if I go for an empty. I'm trying to think though. We'll see. See if it matters. And he might get us on 4 cards. If he's got forcible blue cards, so be it. Looks like he F6'd us though. We're not. Three, 4, 7, 8, 9. If he has like surgical, that gets us 2. We'd have to surgical dark ritual. Or I can just empty 10 goblins. I hope that gets there. Which is probably the safe move. So Past in Flames, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Past in Flames does not get the kill. Past in Flames, we can add Nauseam from there, which likely gets us there. But it doesn't play around surgical. He would have Force of Willed us if he had it. I think I'm just going to play it safe. He's on 3 cards. I'm going to empty. If he has an out to it, he's got an out to it. We'll see. I don't know what their out would be. Like, is it Static Caster I think they run? So we'll see. Yeah, alright, he's fucked. Missed his land drop. Empty is definitely the safe land. I could have just gone for it and tried to kill him, but I don't know, that's not really in my nature. I'll keep both of those. Alright, cool. So we're 3-1. Since we started here, that's another 2-0. Against what I think is a pretty bad matchup. Obviously, he multi Oblivion, so I'll count that as a turn 1 kill. So we're 3-1 right now. Have played against all 4 of our decks. We played against him in blue decks. Beat Miracles, beat Grixis Delver, beat Grixis Control, and lost to Grixis Delver. So 3-1. What decks does everybody in the chat play? I'm assuming we're not all on Ant here. Let's see if I can get a little more people in here as well. See if you can generate some interest. Cyrus. Alright. This hand is fine. Does what we wanted to do. We're on the draw. Game 1. Lost. Draw. 0. Okay. Tarn Pass. I'm going to put him on Grixis Delver. That's a good draw. I'm not going to play my land drop yet. If he has a way to destroy my non-basics wasteland, it's going to depend which one I want to play first, and like if I want to duress or if I want to cantrip. So we're going to start with just a probe here. Oh, what's up, man? Oh, another one of these motherfuckers. So he can't play turn 2 him unless he brainstorms. I'm guessing this is Grixis Control again. Him is just so brutal. His hand isn't great though. Fortunate part is our hand has a lot of redundancy, so it's not like the end of the world if he hems us, unless he hits the most relevant cards. But our cantrips are going to be relevant. There's a consideration to fetch basic here and then preordain to throw him off of what we're playing. I don't know that's going to affect his play pattern at all. And it might affect our line down the line if like we want to duress next turn or something like that. Or if he nabs the delta out of our hand. So I'm fetching underground, but that's a consideration, something to think about. Once again, because we have so many cantrips, it might be better to play Ponder first as well, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to hope he brainstorms and doesn't hit his second black source so he can't hem us, and then I'm going to duress him next turn. So I think I'm going to actually keep both of these. Let's see where it goes. Yeah, no wastelands. We don't think wasteland. You never know, some people like doing their own thing. Playing not stock lists, but yep. See if he gets his other black source. I think odds are in his favor to hit it. So if anybody's just joining us, we're 3-1 right now. This is our third or fourth Grixis list in a row that we're playing against. Alright, so he didn't hit, so it's great for us. Pays off. So he's got him in hand that we know about. And we got lucky. Alright, we're going to leave with Ponder. I think that's all good. And he can't cast the Liliana he's got either. I like all of this. I think there's... definitely drawing one of the discard spells, I think. I think I want Petal next turn and potential to ponder into another discard. So let's do it this way. And I'm actually going to save the therapy for his Snapcaster, maybe, if he doesn't have another land, which he does not. Ugh, Leovold. Hate that guy. Alright, so his hand's pretty stacked, but he doesn't really have the type of interaction that he needs to beat us. Like, Liliana is fine. And if he doesn't hit a land, he's in big trouble. But anyway, so far we've played, I was saying, we beat Miracles, beat Grixis Control, beat Grixis Delver, and lost to Grixis Delver. Now we're playing against, I guess this is 4-color Control, or potentially Bug Control, I'm not sure. Alright. Yeah, we should win now. Unless he has a land. Nope. Alright. So we'll leave it the ponder. 5, 6. Ad nauseum is good. So we're going to keep that on top. And we're going to try to kill him. My opponent says, "You're so dead in 16 turns." He says, "I'm so dead this turn." That is an accurate statement. Most likely. And I'm holding my land here, just because we haven't hit a land drop yet. And we might need the life. And they don't play Daze. Petal is good, Brainstorm is medium, another Petal. Therapy. Ponder, Infernal. Past in Flames is not good. Alright, so we're at the point now where we can potentially die. I think we have enough where we can just shred his hand into oblivion and then just like kill him next turn. So I think I'm actually just going to stop there. A little bit risky, but I think we're okay. So this is what we know in his hand. You're going to dump. I don't care about Liliana because I've got so many cards. So I think I'm going to dump his Leovold and his Snapcasters. I have 2 therapies, right? He might just play one of his Snapcasters now. Alright, yeah, we're nabbing his Snapcasters. So this completely takes us off of clock. He's got 2 Leovolds as well, so we're going to get both of those. Right, so he's got Jace and Lily. If he survives 2 more turns, he's got a shot. If not, I think we're okay. Alright, playing out a Petal. And we're going to pass after that. Alright, we are going to discard Piff. At least 1 land, probably 2 lands. And a tutor. There's his land. It's fine. It's going to get his Liliana. We don't care. We pretty much just need to hit a ritual. I didn't miss my land drop. I played Underground. Alright, we're going to dump. I think another tutor is fine. We're down to 4. He discarded his Jace. I don't know if Liliana is good for him right now. I don't know if that's where he wants to be. That is a bad draw. I'm going to leave with a Brainstorm. Getting rid of that. Swamp. We'll go down to 3. This kind of puts us in a position where we have to win next turn, but I think that's kind of where we are anyway. LED gets us there. Okay. I'll leave with a fetch. Alright, ritual is good. So we have the ad nauseam line depending on what's in his hand, which I can risk, or I can wait. Brainstormed. He's got a 4 in hand. These are likely going on top. One, two, three, four, 5. I think I'm going to go for ad nauseam here. I mean, another consideration, I could abrade his spell bomb. I hit a land drop already this turn. Still have 4 petals in the deck, but my life is pretty low. I think he has a counter in his hand, but I think I go for it. I mean, he doesn't have any pressure. He's got Leovold next turn, but I'm going to go for it. I'm only going to crack one of my LEDs, though, just in case he does have a counter. It preserves. Okay. So now, let's see what our deck looks like. I'm getting ad nauseam. We have 3 4s in the deck. 6 rituals, 4 petals, 2 LEDs. And some cantrips. Alright. I think I'm going to crack the LED here. In case we do hit the tendrils as well. I might be getting Flusterstormed here, I don't know. Let's see. Alright, cool. Got it off. Tutor. Can we hit an LED? LED. 5. Not at risk for killing ourselves yet. Now we are. Alright, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to shred his hand and then hope to kill next turn. He's paying for a surgical on our infernals. That's fine. It's not the end of the world. Getting rid of Leovold, which is not in his hand, so that is bad for us. So he's got that on top. We might just lose now, depending on what we draw. We only exiled 2 of our tutors. Okay. That's not going to be relevant. I'm going to get rid of his Pyroblast. Might have been wrong. 7 in hand. Yeah, that was probably wrong. Incoming Leovold. The Deluge is on top. Okay. So we need to pull an Abrade or a Fatal Push. That's a Petal. Alright, we're gonna die. We lose. Probably misplayed. I know we're not drawing cards, I'm just curious what's on top. Those are terrible. Okay, concede. Alright. Don't really know what to say about that one. I think I probably could have played that better. I wasn't expecting the surgical, but alright. I'm going to try to finish out this league 4-1. So we are 3-2 overall so far. That's some pretty tough matchups though. They've all been blue decks. 2 Grixis Delver, 1 Grixis Control, 1 4-color Control, and 1 Miracles deck. And the 2 losses, our deck kind of crapped out on us against Grixis Control or Grixis Delver. Just didn't draw lands, and then that match I probably didn't play the best. I think I made some mistakes. This is my list right now. This is my board. Pretty similar board to what I've been running for a while now. Since Vegas' new addition as Abrade, which is essentially our functional equivalent to Abrupt Decay in the Grixis lists. And I've added in Fatal Push, which is the other change. Alright, let's see here. I would love to get an easy matchup just to get morale back up here. I don't think I've played against this person before. I'm just entering my stats real quick. Just give me 1 second. We won the die roll. We are on the play. Oof. The hand is so close. Hey man, no big deal. I think you played fine. I think I made some misplays as well. So I don't think that was luck. I think I could have won that match. It just was me playing poorly. So good games though. This hand here. So we play 15 land. If we pedal Preordain, we get 3 looks at a land. Statistically, we're a little short of hitting one, but if we can hit runner, and it's a black source especially, We get land, we have a turn 2 kill. Oof, so close. I think I have to get rid of it though. Alright, this is fine. Keep. Doesn't matter, we're fetching. I'm going to fetch Underground and Ponder here. I'm not sure what this person's playing. I don't know that I've seen them before. We're hoping not to get wastelanded. Let's see. Underground, Ponder. We're looking for like Ritual Land. We like the land. Therapy can be okay. Then we can turn 3 ad nauseum. I think that's fine. So we'll Duress next turn, and then potentially Therapy as well. I want the 3rd land though. And we'll try to ad nauseum. Lands? Alright, good matchup. Cool. As long as we don't get Bazooka bogged, we should be alright. Okay, so we're getting rid of Gamble, and we should be good. I haven't played much against this recently. I don't know if it's just underrepresented online or it's just not popular. I feel like with how much Delver is played in the metagame, it would be more heavily played, and it's a sweet deck too. I think it's one of the coolest decks in all of Magic, much less Legacy. But even though all of the cool decks are in Legacy. Alright, so P-Fire, we have to keep that in mind when we ad nauseum this turn. Gonna fetch down to 20, and then we're gonna be ad nauseum for like 18. Which is pretty good odds for us. We get another Underground. We got 2 cards. If you hit like a crop rotation, it sucks for us, but we're gonna float a black mana. Hope that we don't get crop rotated. We didn't, and we should have a win. Is it expensive online? I guess groves are probably expensive. Alright, not great so far. We got an Infernal. We need an LED. Preordain, Island, Petal, Past in Flames. We'll stop there. So if our Past in Flames resolves without issue, we have the win. So go up to 5. Really close to dying there too with the Punishing Fire. Alright. Actually, alright, so we'll tutor, get another Cabal Ritual. There's no reason not to. This Piff, and then we're going to win with our Dark Petition here. It's $1,200. Holy shit, that's crazy. I guess I'm never building that. Alright, so we're up a game on lands. Fairly good matches for us. This is a non-blue Chalice deck. We mulliganed, we won with Ad Nauseam. That was turn 3. We're going to be on the draw. Okay, haven't played this in a little while, but this is where our Hurkels come into play. Chain of Vapors, Abrades. There's a consideration for Tormod's Crypt. I'll see what I'm pulling and then I'll go from there. Therapies come out. Past in Flames, Petition. Any deck where they can attack our graveyard and they don't have Surgical Petition is just not good. It's not where we want to be. Preordain. I think I'll pull a second Preordain for 1 Crypt. 2 reasons. One, they have Chalice. They're going to Chalice on 1. Second, well, not always, but that's something they can do. And the second reason, it makes our Ad Nauseam just a slightly bit better. So I'm going to go with that. I'll try it. Zol on lands. Let's see what you got. While we're waiting for him, this is what our board looks like. Main deck has not changed since I went to Vegas. Same exact list. 2 Past in Flames, 1 Petition, 2 Preordain, 3 Basics, 2 Islands, 1 Swamp, and a Badlands. And we wait. I'm preserving my commentary here. When I stream, for some reason, I get fatigued because I'm talking a lot, I guess. So I can feel myself starting to get tired, so I'm just going to save my commentary for the games here. Our hand is fine. Obviously, we'd like a second land, but everything else does what we want. He's mulligan to 5. He's looking for Chalice Thorn, Mox Diamond. Those are the relevant cards. Mox Diamond's kind of like the unsung hero. Crop Rotation's really good too, as is Loam, of course. It's a little slow against us. Wasteland, probably the best land you could have. Leave with a Probe, and you'll go from there. See if we can probe into Ad Nauseam. Crucible, eh? This hand is sketchy. Put a card on the bottom. It's not great, but not terrible. Basic is good. We don't want to get Brainstorm locked though. I mean, we can knock out his graveyard. He doesn't really have anything relevant yet. I'm not sure he's going to want to dump his Wasteland because he's not going to be able to cast his Crucible for a while. I think I'm going to shuffle this and hope to hit another cantrip or just straight up tutor. Okay, got the cantrip. Consideration to drop the pedal if he hits like Chalice, but once again, Actually, think that's right. I'm gonna play that out. Its Chalice not gonna be able to play it on 1, so he'll probably drop it for 0. Even though I have Hercules. Alright, so he took himself off a land. Good sequencing on his part if he hit the bog. Nope. So he drew a land, a green source. He's not really doing anything still. It's a pretty good draw for us. Normally I wouldn't do this, but I'm going to lead C into Brainstorm. Alright, he's dead. Cool. Three, 4, LED, LED. Oh, we don't need to do this. It's unnecessary. It's a pretty good Brainstorm, I'd say. Alright, he scooped. Cool. Oh, no, he didn't. Yes, he did. Alright. So, we're back on track. Easy matchup. Especially when they mull to Oblivion. Put my stats in. So we are 4-2 on the night here. And this is going to be my last game of the night. And we're going to see if we can 4-1 this league. My last match of the night. Let's see. One more to go. Cyrus, man, you messed up my 5-0 here. Assuming I win this next one. I'm going to change my Moto handle to Mr. 4-1. 4-1's a good value, though. I'll take it. And I think that was winnable, so I'm putting that on me. I'm not putting that on you. This was Grixis Delver. Messy play was Grixis Control. So Grixis Delver, Grixis Control. 4-color control lands. And the previous league we played against Miracles, which we beat, and then we lost to Grixis Control. Oh, come on, man. So close. I think these 3- and 4-color control decks, they're a little clunky, but I don't think the best build has been put together yet. I think there's still tinkering to be done, and obviously they're kind of metagame dependent as well. But I don't know. I think they're a pretty tough matchup for us because they, once again, they attack from a lot of different angles. Magic player. I've definitely played against this person before. You bring in 11 cards. That's crazy. On top of having hymns and thought seizes. All right. We lost the die roll. We're going to be on the draw, assuming they're not manaless. $11 cards. I'm guessing surgicals, maybe another Thoughtseize, Fluster Storm, maybe another hymn. I don't know what the rest of them would be. Not sure what this guy's doing. Three fluster, one spellbomb, two fluss. 3 surgical. Wow, that's a lot of surgicals. That's a lot of hate. A lot of hate pulling you in a lot of different directions. Alright, Mr. Magic Player. Waiting on you. Alright, we're in. His hand is great. So depending on what he does first turn, we may, and what we draw, we may pedal, brainstorm, and just try to kill him. Your hand is good, we're keeping this. Like if he plays like a non-blue land, like usually it's just like plains. It's a consideration. So he's on lands. Okay. I think I'm just gonna try to kill him. I think that's the right move. It's not a good draw. Yeah, pedal brainstorm not always the best play, but I think this guy's actually pretty good now. I've played against him before, if I remember correctly. So winning right here and now might be a little bit of a stretch, but I think it's worth the risk. These are just bad. They don't really do much for us. So I'm okay brainstorming them away. We're going to have to see what he fetches or what he plays out land-wise turn 2, which is going to affect our delta, what we fetch for if we don't hit like the combo here. It's taking his sweet old time though. So Dark Ritual wins the game. That is horrible. Alright, we're getting rid of both therapies. And once again, depending on what he plays will affect what I fetch for. Port would be annoying. Not the end of the world though. Okay. I think I'm going to brainstorm end a turn. Yeah. I'm going to fetch basic. Island. Do I want to get a card deeper? He's not threatening me. I might just draw. Alright, that's a good draw. We'll brainstorm again. Those are not good cards. Okay. I feel like rituals come in bunches. I hope he doesn't have a ghost quarter. You know, that's not the end of the world. It might be a little annoying. Gamble, P-Fire. Alright, we're definitely taking Gamble. His hand is really bad. I mean, he can shoot us for a bunch up top with the Molten Vortex, but it's fine. Caracas. I mean, what does he gamble for there? Like a Grove? Is that his best draw in that instance? Alright, still don't really think I have much going here. So I think I just play a land, play a Duress, and pass again. And then try to maybe Ad Nauseam next turn. There's nothing going on here. Maze, Chasm. I think you should start throwing those lands at me with his Vortex, but then he's concerned about his own life total. I don't know why he's playing Maze. I guess he doesn't know what I'm on. Alright, I'm going to fetch again. Might have been right for me to hold the Duress in case he has crop rotation, but we'll see. Yeah, I think he should have been throwing lands at me this whole time. I think it's fine to probe, even if we are going to Ad Nauseam, I still think it's okay. Our Ad Nauseam can almost just be like a value Ad Nauseam, and we could still win. Does that give us the win? I think so. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this should be more than enough. See if he wastelands me. It doesn't. Piff. Something else I could have done is just gotten another ritual and then, or another tutor and then another ritual, but I don't think it matters. 7. Priority, we'll crack for blue. He gone. That was like way too easy. Really didn't put up much of a fight there. I don't know what exactly he was doing in terms of his lines. I feel like there's things he could have done and should have done, but oh well. Brainstorm for the hell of it. More lands. Alright, you're dead. Alright. Wasn't particularly exciting, but we got the job done. So once again, lands. Come on, blue chalice. And what turn was that? Turn 4. Alright, so same stuff we did last game. 2 Abrade, 1 Crypt, 2 Chain, 2 Hercules. We are going to board out Petition, Past in Flames, Preordain, Therapy. And I think we're good. Okay, so let's see if we can win one more. Get the 4-1. Get our value. Get her done. If he has Chalice, this hand is not good. I think we go with it though. Mold to 6. Molds to 5. Molds to 4. Keeps his 4. Card on the bottom. Ley line. That's fine. Wastelands. Okay, no mocks. We're good with that. Chain of Vapor is looking pretty good here. So we'll probe. Depths and Ring. Okay. Draw. Alright, a couple of considerations. Because I'm like really close to a turn 2 kill. I'll just ponder. I like saving my deltas, but I kind of want to fill up my graveyard too, though. I think I'm going to bounce the ley line during his end step. It's like, it's close, but I'm like so close to a kill here. Then I always have Brainstorm up if I need it. I'm not sure why he didn't play a land, once again. Very odd play pattern from my opponent. So that takes care of Chalice if he hits it. I'm going to leave with a Brainstorm. That might be good enough. Three, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3. 3, 5, 6, 4, 3, 4, 20, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so we're going to put a Braid, Duress. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so I think we might have it. Definitely have at least Ad Nauseam. I'm not going to shuffle that. 3, 4, 5, 6. I didn't do my math on this, but I think we're good. Yeah, this should just be Natural Storm. Exact. Just make sure I'm clicking on the right card. Or not exact. More than enough. I hate the way this comes up so small now. Alright, cool. Awesome. Alright, gentlemen. Another successful outing. Another 4-1. We went 5-2 on the day. Lost to our friend Cyrus over here and lost to Grixis Delver. We played our... Could have probably won our losses, but I think we played pretty well in our wins. So, but not bad. 4-1, got value. Yeah, I've liked the list a lot. I think it's really solid. I don't think anything needs to be changed, with the exception of maybe the only flex slot is like Sudden Shock for maybe a second Fatal Push instead. But outside of that, I like everything. Yeah, thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. I will try to stream again. Try to stream anytime I can if I have time. For whatever reason, it does drain me a little bit mentally. I fatigue quicker than normal, but yeah, if I get a chance again, I'll stream. And then, yeah, any feedback, anything, any input you guys can give me is always appreciated. And yeah, have a good night, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.